Stop telling the world what you're about to do. Stop announcing every move. Stop giving speeches about the dream when you haven't put in the work to make it real yet. Silence is not weakness, it's strategy. You don't have to prove yourself with your mouth. Let the results do the talking.
While they're running their mouths, you're running your laps. While they're posting quotes, you're putting in hours. Protect your vision in the dark, and when it finally comes to light, they won't just see it, they'll feel it. Grind in private, shine in public. Everybody wants the light, but nobody wants the lonely work it takes to earn it. The hours with no crowd, the mornings with no applause, the grind that doesn't make it to social media. That's where champions are made. The light doesn't make you great, the grind does. And when you put in so much work in the dark that the light finally hits you, you won't shrink. You'll stand there with confidence because you know you paid the price in full. Results speak louder than opinions. They can argue with your words. They can doubt your ideas. They can question your ability. But they can't argue with what you've built. You don't need to win arguments. You need to win in life. Don't waste time trying to convince people you can. Just do it. Put the proof on the table and let it shut down every voice that ever said you couldn't. And if you want those results, you've got to choose discipline over drama. Drama is a distraction. Recognition is a trap. Stop working for applause and start working for outcomes. Start working for outcomes. Discipline doesn't care if anybody's watching. It shows up whether you feel like it or not. Recognition is a moment. Discipline is a lifestyle. When you execute day after day, you won't have to chase attention. Attention will chase you. Consistency builds credibility. 1 win can be luck. 10 wins. That's reputation. That's proof you can be counted on. That's how people know you're not here for a season. You're here to stay. When you keep delivering, even after the excitement fades, you become undeniable. People will bet on you, even after a loss, because your track record says you always bounce back. So let them talk while you work. Every second you spend defending yourself is a second you're not advancing yourself. The people doing the most talking are usually the ones doing the least building. You don't have to clap back. You just have to keep moving forward. The scoreboard doesn't care who said what. It only shows who put in the work and who didn't. Because when it's all said and done, you don't have to announce yourself. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to argue. You just show up, deliver, and walk away. And the sound of your success, that will be the loudest thing in the room. Let your success make the noise. Stop trying to convince people you're great. Stop posting every little move just so somebody can like it. The people who really win in this game, they're too busy working to explain. Silence is a weapon. While they're running their mouths, you're running your laps. While they're posting quotes, you're putting in hours. And when the time comes, you won't have to say a word. Your success will walk into the room before you do. You've got to understand, results shut down every argument. They can question your ideas. They can doubt your talent. But they can't argue with the business you built, the skills you mastered, the life you created. Stop chasing recognition and start chasing execution. Drama won't pay your bills. Followers won't feed your family. But discipline, consistency, that'll change everything. You want respect? Earn it daily. Don't just win once, win again and again until it's not a surprise anymore. It's an expectation. Make your work ethic so loud they have no choice but to hear it. Even when you're silent, let them talk, let them doubt, let them laugh. While they're busy talking, you're busy building. And when you're done, you won't need to tell your story. Your story will be standing there, living, breathing, undeniable. Let your success make the noise. If you want, I can also make you a powerful one-line hook for this speech that grabs attention right from the start. That would make you hit even harder. Silence is a strategy most people underestimate. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be heard. They want to announce every move, broadcast every plan, and make sure the world knows they're on the grind. But here's the truth. The loudest person in the room is rarely the one who's actually winning. The real power players. They're too busy working to talk about it. They understand that when you waste energy trying to convince people of your work, you take energy away from actually building that work. When you keep quiet, you create mystery. You make people curious. You make them wonder what you're working on and when it's going to drop. And when it does, it hits harder because nobody saw it coming. The surprise impact alone can shake up the whole room. But if you announce every move before you make fake it, you rob yourself of that impact. You give people the chance to doubt you, discourage you, or even sabotage you before you finish. Silence protects your vision while it's still growing. See, words are cheap, but results are expensive. They cost time, they cost sweat, they cost late nights, early mornings, and sacrifices you don't post on Instagram. You can talk about how bad you want it all day long, but talk doesn't build businesses. Talk doesn't finish marathons. Talk doesn't feed families. Work does. And the people who focus on the work don't have time to keep explaining themselves. Silence also filters your circle. When you stop talking about your plans, you quickly see who's around you because they genuinely care about you and who's only around because they want to monitor your progress or copy your moves. People who are truly for you don't need constant updates. They trust you. They believe in you without you having to give them a daily report. And when you finally show them the finished product, they celebrate because they knew you were working, even in the quiet. Another thing about silence, it's uncomfortable for some people. For some people, they can't stand not knowing what you're doing. That discomfort makes them nervous, and nervous people talk. They speculate. They spread rumors. They try to guess your next step. Let them. That's free publicity you didn't even have to ask for. All the while, you're moving in the shadows, setting up the kind of results that will crush every rumor and silence every critic without you ever raising your voice. Think about the greats in any field. Sports, business, art. The ones who last, the ones who truly dominate, are not the ones making daily noise about what they're up. You don't need a megaphone when your actions are building skyscrapers. You don't need to post every workout when the results show up in the game. When you treat silence as a strategy, you start valuing privacy as a form of power. You stop chasing quick applause and start building long-term respect. The quiet grind allows you to move without distraction, without interference, and without giving your competition a head start on your ideas. By the time they realize what you've been working on, it's already done, and it's already winning. Grind in private, shine in public. That's how you separate yourself from everybody who's just talking about success. The problem with most people is they want the spotlight before they've even built the stage. They want the applause before they put on the performance. They want the rewards without going through the grind. But the truth is, the work that changes your life is never glamorous when you're doing it. It's sweaty, it's lonely, it's repetitive. It's waking up when it's still dark outside, pushing yourself when nobody's watching, and putting in hours that will never make it to social media. The private grind is where champions are born. That's the place where you develop discipline that can't be faked. Can't be faked. Out there in the open, anyone can look motivated for a moment. But in the shadows, it's just you, your commitment, and the clock ticking. There's no crowd to cheer for you. There's no one to tell you you're doing great. It's in those silent hours that you either break or build. And if you keep showing up for yourself there, you'll be unstoppable when it's time to perform. See, the spotlight is not where you become great. It's where you reveal the greatness you've already built in private. People think the light is what makes them better, but it's the grind in the dark that makes the light shine brighter. That's why some people crumble under attention. They skip the process and try to jump straight to the prize. They didn't lay the foundation, so when the weight of expectation hit, everything collapsed. Grind in private, and you give yourself space to make mistakes, learn, and get stronger without the pressure of everybody's eyes on you. You can try, fail, adjust, and try again, quietly. Nobody needs to see the messy drafts. All they need to see is the final masterpiece. And when you present it, they'll think it happened overnight, not realizing it took countless nights and early mornings to make it real. The public shine only comes when you earned it. You can't fake the glow that comes from putting in the work. You can't rent it, you can't borrow it, and you can't post your way into it. That shine is different because it's backed by results. When you've spent months or years perfecting your craft in the dark, the moment the light hits you, you won't shrink. You'll stand tall because you know you didn't cut corner. You paid the price in full. And the best part, when you grind in private, the public moment doesn't feel like pressure. It feels like proof. Proof that all those invisible hours matter. Proof that every sacrifice was worth it. Proof that your silence wasn't weakness. It was focus. And when you finally shine, the world won't just see what you've done. They'll feel the weight of everything you endured to make it happen. Results speak louder than opinions,
always have, always will. You can sit there all day trying to explain yourself, trying to convince people to believe in you, trying to debate why your plan will work. But here's the reality. Opinions are cheap. Results are priceless. People can go back and forth all they want about what's possible, about what's realistic, about whether or not you can pull it off. They can doubt you, mock you, ignore you. But once you put something real on the table, once you build it, launch it, win it, achieve it, there's nothing left for them to argue about. You have to understand, words are up for debate. People can twist them, question them, dismiss them. But results are solid. They're evidence. They're facts you can point to and say, there, that's what I said I'd do, and I did it. Results in the conversation without you raising your voice. They shut down every critic without you needing to defend yourself. That's why you can't get caught up in trying to win arguments. You don't need to win arguments. You need to win in life. You don't need to convince people you can. Just go do it. The scoreboard will speak for itself. The business you built will speak for itself. The transformation you made will speak for itself. When you've got proof, you don't have to chase validation. Validation will come looking for you. And here's the other thing. Results change how people treat you. Before you have them, everybody's got advice for you. Everybody's opinion on why it won't work. But the second you start winning, those same people will either fall silent or start asking how you did it. Results turn doubters into quiet observers, and sometimes into unexpected fans. They don't have to like you, but they can't deny what you've accomplished. But you can't fake results. You can't Photoshop them. You can't post your way into them. You can't talk your way into them. They come from work. They come from staying in the fight long enough to produce something undeniable. And the truth is, that's why most people will never have them. Because they'd rather talk about what they're going to do instead of actually doing it. So stop giving energy to every voice in the room. Stop explaining your every move. Stop feeling like you owe people a defense for chasing your dream. Let the results be your answer. Let your work speak so loud that it drowns out every opinion, every rumor, every doubt. Because at the end of the day, people can argue with what you say, but they can't argue with what you built. Discipline over drama, that's the mindset that separates the people who talk about success from the people who live it. Drama is loud. Drama is tempting. Drama will always be there, waiting to pull you off track. Recognition works the same way. It feels good when people notice you, when they praise you, when they clap for you. But here's the danger. If you start working for the applause instead of the outcome, you've already lost. Discipline doesn't care about recognition. Discipline doesn't care if anybody's watching. Force of discipline shows up whether you feel like it or not. It's the quiet force that gets you to the gym when your body's tired, that pushes you to study when your friends are out, that keeps you working on your goals when the world is trying to distract you. Drama is easy because it's immediate. Discipline is hard because it's long-term. But only one of them will change your life. See, drama will drain you. It steals your focus, eats up your time, and leaves you with nothing to show for it. Recognition can do the same thing. It tricks you into thinking you've made it when you've only just started. You get comfortable. You ease up. And before you know it, the same people who were clapping for you are clapping for someone else because you stopped doing the work that made them notice you in the first place. Execution is everything. The ability to stay locked in on the mission, even when it's not exciting, is what builds the kind of results people can't ignore. That's why discipline will always be more valuable than recognition. It's the engine that keeps you moving long after the applause fades. Recognition is a moment. Discipline is a habit. Recognition feeds your ego. Discipline feeds your future. When you choose discipline over drama, you take control of your time and your energy. You stop reacting to everything around you and start acting with intention. You stop chasing quick wins and start building something that lasts. You stop needing approval and start demanding excellence from yourself. And that's when you become dangerous, because now you're working for results, not attention. The truth is, if you keep executing, recognition will find you anyway. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to beg for it. People will notice, but by then you'll be so locked into your process, so committed to the grind, that their opinions, good or bad, won't change a thing. That's the power of choosing discipline over drama. Consistency builds credibility, period. Anybody can win once. Anybody can have a good day, a lucky break, or catch the right opportunity at the right time. One win can make people notice you, but it's what you do after that first win that determines who you really are. Because luck can put you in the spotlight, but only consistency will keep you there. Think about it. When people see you win over and over again, they stop questioning if it was a fluke. They stop wondering if you just got lucky. They start to realize this person doesn't just win, they know how to win. That's where credibility comes from. Not from a single moment of success, but from showing up and delivering results again and again, no matter the circumstances. Consistency is proof. It says you're not here for a season, you're here to stay. It tells the world you can be counted on, not just when it's easy, not just when the conditions are perfect, but when it's hard, when it's inconvenient, when it would be easier to quit. Anyone can give their all for a week. It takes a different level of discipline to give your all for months, years, and decades. The truth is, people are watching you more than you think. And they're not just watching for your big wins. They're watching to see if you can sustain them. Can you keep producing when the excitement wears off? Can you stay hungry after you've already tasted success? Can you keep the standard high when nobody's pushing you? That's the test. A reputation built on consistency is untouchable. You can lose a deal. You can take an L, you can hit a setback, but people will still bet on you because they've seen your pattern. They know you'll bounce back because you've done it before. They know you'll deliver because that's what you always do. And that belief, that trust opens doors that talent alone can't. The danger of relying on one big win is that it creates a false sense of security. You start thinking you've made it, so you slow down. But the truth is, credibility doesn't come from the highlight reel. It comes from the daily grind, the repeat performances, the long-term proof that you can show up and deliver no matter what. If you want people to respect your name, give them a reason again and again. Make excellence your default setting. Make consistency your brand. One win will get you noticed. Repeated wins will make you undeniable. Let them talk while you work, because the moment you stop to defend yourself, you're already losing ground. People are going to have opinions no matter what you do. They're going to misunderstand you, doubt you, criticize you, and sometimes flat out lie about you. That's just the cost of chasing something bigger than most people can comprehend. But here's the thing, you can't afford to waste your energy trying to change their mind. Every second you spend explaining yourself is a second. You're not building yourself. The truth is, most people who talk aren't even in the arena. They're not the ones staying up late, sacrificing weekends, taking the hits, or putting their own money and reputation on the line. And they're on the sidelines, watching, judging, and running their mouths. And if you let their voices pull you off track, you're giving them power they didn't earn. Your job is not to silence your critics, it's to outwork them. Your results will shut them up faster than any argument ever could. You gotta learn how to keep moving when the noise gets loud. Block it out. Put your head down. Keep executing. Eventually, the same people who doubted you will be forced to watch you win, and they won't be able to say a thing. The danger in trying to set the record straight is that it pulls you into their game. It turns your focus away from what actually matters, progress. You don't have time to clap back at every comment or prove every rumor wrong. If you're really about your vision, you let your work be the answer. You let your success be the rebuttal. And here's the beautiful part. When you let them talk and you just keep working, you control the ending of the story. They can write whatever narrative they want in the beginning, but you decide how it finishes. When the dust settles, the only thing people will remember is who showed up, who stayed consistent, and who delivered. So let them talk, let them talk, let them doubt, let them fill the air with opinions while you fill the walls with results. Because in the end, the scoreboard doesn't care who said what. It only shows who put in the work and who didn't.